Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar for the Nexus series overview. My name is Farhana. I'm an applications and implementation engineer with Electro Industries. So thank you all for taking out the time to join us today. Before I get into our overview for the Nexus meters, just a quick introduction and background into our company. So we as a company, we specialize in end-to-end metering solutions. We work with a variety of different applications when it comes to metering, starting from very simple applications all the way to more sophisticated applications for utilities, industrial, commercial users, universities, data centers, a very different wide range of customers that we work with. So we provide comprehensive management of electrical energy and power quality data. So it's not just metering, but also software tools that we provide so that you have an end-to-end solution for your metering requirements. All of our meters, including the Nexus series that I'm going to cover today, are open protocol meters, so you can easily communicate to them using any communication protocol such as DNP, Modbus, IC61850, and I will discuss as we go some of the details of the capabilities of the specific Nexus meters when it comes to communication protocols. So as a company, we've been in the metering business for over 45 years. We're based out of New York. That is where our head office and our manufacturing is. So all of our meters are actually designed, researched, designed, engineered, manufactured, and then shipped out of our facility here in Long Island in New York. So we have hundreds of thousands of meters and systems installed worldwide, not just in the US, but across the globe. And we've been providing reliable metering systems to the largest power utilities, industrial, and government entities all around the world. So now coming to our Nexus line of meters, the Nexus series usually has a lot of more capabilities as compared to our Shark series. So our Shark series ranges from very simple applications to more sophisticated. The Nexus, in comparison, it really starts off at the intermediate level. So even a very basic Nexus meter will have very high-end capabilities such as onboard extensive memory for data logging, which will let you record all of your electrical parameters over time. So you can go back and look at what your data was, last month or last year. The meters can actually record data for over several years because they have extensive memory on them. You can set, limit points and alarms to get information on your power quality. And you can also integrate it into any third-party software system that uses, a Modbus, BACnet, or DNP3 to talk to these equipments. A step up from the intermediate level, a full-blown Nexus meter will give you very sophisticated power quality event recording. So what I mean by that is it will detect and record very high-speed electrical transients. So even those transients that you get that occur over a very, very short amount of time, the Nexus meters have that capability to capture those data and not miss any of your high-speed electrical transients. It can also take waveforms up to very high sample rates, which I will also get into more details down the line, so that you can look at your waveform data and then analyze the root cause of your power quality issues. There's also email on alarm capability. So when you have a voltage sag and surge or power outage, the meter will actually send an email notification out telling you exactly what the event occurred. So this way your team can be proactive. And when you get that email, you know that some sort of power quality event is happening on your line and you can be proactive to take action against it. You can also get professional grade power reliability reports, which follow the basic standards that more or less everyone uses nowadays. The SABIMA power quality graphs, which is also called the ITIC, EN 50160 reports, and as in terms of standards, power quality standards that the meters conform to, they're all Class A certified, IEC 61000-4-30 certified. They're also completely cyber secured meters, so this prevents any sort of tampering or hacking into your systems. So the main two meters that I'm going to be talking about is the Nexus 1450 and then the Nexus 1500 Plus, which are our newer Nexus generation meters. The Nexus 1450, it It's a mid-range power quality transducer. It's up to 0.06% energy accurate. And it's not just that it's very accurate, but it will also maintain its accuracy over low loads as well as high loads, because this meter actually has the technology inside it, which is called a multi-gain dual sensor technology. Now, what do I mean by that? So this meter actually has two circuits inside it. One circuit is used for sensing when you have low loads, so your current is, in the milliamp range. And then there's another circuit which will measure, which will, kick in and sense your current when your load is higher and you have, 5 amps or 10 amps of current. So this will make sure that your measurements are very accurate. Doesn't matter if you're using 0 to 20% of your load or you're using 90 to 100% of your load. This meter will be extremely accurate and record your energy at a 0.06% accuracy. It can do waveform recording at 1,024 samples per cycle. And in terms of memory, it also has 1.2 gigabyte of logging memory with up to 8 historical logs plus an automatic core log. So with a memory of 1.2 GB, you can keep capturing all of your parameters that you want to monitor, your basic energy, demand, volts, currents, all the way to your harmonics, THD. There's a whole different range of parameters that you can choose from. And you can also have your waveform captures without ever, reaching anywhere near to full capacity, and you have enough memory on your meter to be capturing data for months and years at a time. It also comes with an expandable remote external display option. So if you can see in the image, the meter itself is a transducer, and then there's a touchscreen LCD remote display that you can use to look at what your readings are. It also comes with a WebView energy dashboard for viewing meter data without any sort of software required. So you can program your meter to have an IP address, and then without having to install any sort of applications or softwares, you just go to your browser, you type in the IP address of your meter, and you'll be able to see the web page with all of the data that the meter is capturing, including power quality data and waveform captures. So this is just expanding on the communication options. So as you can see, the 1450 has multiple communication ports. There's up to 3 RS-485 ports. There's pulse output options. There's also an Ethernet port, a fiber optic port. And it can speak Modbus, ASCII, or RTU, Modbus TCP/IP, and DNP3 level 2 simultaneous. So for example, you could have multiple entities within your organization talking to this meter at the same time. Maybe one entity, the billing department, is talking to the meter through MV90 through one of the ports, and then through a different port, the information is being sent to a third-party system. So you can do simultaneous communication over multiple ports on this meter. You can also choose to have 2 independent Ethernet ports with unique IP addressing. So you have your 2 ports, they have different Ethernet IP addresses. So different entities can be accessing the meter with their individual IP addresses without harming the security in any way. So next is the Nexus 1500 Plus meter that I mentioned. So this is a substation advanced power quality meter. This will also give you 0.06% energy accuracy, and this meter actually follows a metrology where it auto calibrates every 10 seconds. So this ensures that over time, with equipment over time, their accuracy may drift for a number of different reasons, for weather or harsh conditions. But this meter will auto calibrate itself every 10 seconds, making sure that it continues to be accurate over long periods of time. It can also record waveforms at 1,024 samples per cycle, and it can capture transients at up to 800,000 samples per cycle. This one is also certified to the IEC 61000-4-30 Class A Edition 3. This meter is actually also compatible with IEC 61850. It can do routable goose event capturing for distributed fault recording. This has even more memory than the 1450. It actually has up to 4 gigabyte of logging memory and 8 historical logs. And it comes with an integrated standard touchscreen color display. So this is a really good meter for your, very critical circuits, your important tie points, critical commercial where your main lines are coming in, and you really want to monitor if there are any power quality events on your main line because you don't want that to trickle down to the rest of your system. This is again showing the communication options that are available on the front plate of the Nexus 1500 Plus. It has up to 2 RS-485 ports, again, up to 2 Ethernet ports, which you can assign separate IP addresses to. There's a front ANSI optical port, and you can also choose to have controlled relay outputs, digital inputs, capability with the meter as well. So you can collect pulses from other entities and aggregate them into the meter. And like I mentioned before, in addition to Modbus and DNP3, this meter is compatible with IEC 61850 and can do boost messaging as well as SNMP. This is just showing what the back of the meter looks like. If you can see here, there are 4 card slots at the back, and you can actually pick and choose what kind of option cards you want to put into the meter. So there are 4 different slots. You can choose what communication options you want. And down the line, if you want to change or upgrade or add some communication capability to your meter, it's a very simple field upgrade. You don't have to actually swap out the entire meter and put in a new meter. All you have to do is you get one of these option cards from us, and then you just take the 2 screws out, one screw at the top, one at the bottom. You just slide one of the cards out, or if you have an empty slot already, you slide the new card in, and now the meter has the new communication capability. So this makes it a really simple field upgrade for future proofing your system down the line if you have new communication options that you want to add to the meter. It also comes with the Ethernet options, the RS-485 standard options that you can use to connect to your meter. It also has an IRIG-B satellite clock for up to 1 millisecond time sync. And you can choose to have relay outputs or digital inputs into your meter. So we talked about the 2 meters separately. They're both high quality power quality meters, but what are some of the differences between them? How do you know when it's more appropriate for a 1450 or when a 1500 plus may be more appropriate for you? So the 1450 is good for retrofit applications, whereas the 1500 plus is good for new applications. The 1500 plus also does higher transient captures up to 50 megahertz and has 4 gigabyte of memory, whereas the Nexus 1450 can do transient captures of up to 60 kilohertz. So if you want to capture your higher transients, and that's really important to you to be able to measure if there are those high speed transients in your system, the Nexus 1500 plus might be a good option to go with. The Nexus 1500 Plus also has the IC 61850 with Goose messaging. So if there's any applications for substation automation where they're going down the route of IC 61850, this is a great meter to use. In addition to that, it also has synchro phasers, which a lot of the utilities and other customers out there are trying to see. Not just in the US, they're just starting to catch up, but then in the international market, we see that a lot of research is being done into synchro phasers. So the Nexus 1500 Plus, in addition to being a power quality meter, is actually also a PMU. It is a phasor measurement unit. The Nexus 1450, on the other hand, works with a range of different frequencies. So it can do from 20 up to 400 hertz frequency measurement. We see this being very popular with our airport applications because at the airport, they often they have 400 hertz systems. So the Nexus 1450 can work with those 400 hertz system and give all of those power quality data that we just talked about. This is an example of the 1500 plus meter. This is very good for easy installation. So we do make these meters in a pre-wired enclosure with the CT shorting blocks, voltage fuses, everything's already pre-wired and pre-configured. So this helps in eliminating wiring errors. It's pre-configured from the factory, and you can extend your switchgear capability with this. This is perfect for retrofit metering solutions where there's no separate compartment available for metering. And this is a UL certified 508 indoor NEMA 1 enclosure. So we talked about the newer Nexus meters in the Nexus line. We do have some older Nexus meters that a lot of you may be familiar with. This is the Nexus 1262 or 72 meters, which are the socket version. They also are 0.06% energy accurate and give you a lot of the basic applications that the other Nexus meters do. So they have the basic communication over RS-485 or Ethernet. It can also give you some power quality information on your voltage surge, sags, and harmonics. This is MV90 compatible since this is mostly for a billing application in the socket form. And in this diagram, it's showing you the socket form of the 1272, but this meter also does come in a switchboard case and an A base. In the international market, we often see people going for the A base where you have the bottom connected voltage inputs. And this is just a diagram of the switchboard option that I'd mentioned before, in addition to the socket form and the A base. So just a quick comparison of the Nexus meters, from old to new. Like I mentioned, the Nexus meters, even the very basic meter starts off at an intermediate level. So it does have pretty much all of the basic functionalities that you would want in your metering solution. There's CTPT compensation, transformer loss compensation, time of use, test pulse. All of that is available in most of these meters. And again, since they're very specialized in power quality, you have your programmable alarm limits, THD, TDD, harmonic magnitude, flicker. Every single one of these meters can actually monitor these power quality features. When it comes to protocol, again, they're all compatible with Modbus RTU, with Modbus TCP/IP, as well as DNP3. Just a slight difference is that the newer Nexus meters are compatible with level 2 DNP3. Now, meter security. The newer as well as the older Nexus meters have some security features on them so that no one can, a malicious attacker, for example, can tamper or hack into your network. So you have the option to put in passwords, not just for a single users, but for multi-level users. There are sealing switches and mechanisms to make sure that tampering is not possible. However, the newer Nexus 1500 Plus and 1450 meters actually have more advanced cybersecurity capabilities. And when I say advanced cybersecure, I mean they have AES-based encryption. So all of your usernames, all of your passwords, they're completely encrypted, as well as there's password fail timeouts. So if a malicious attacker was trying to do a brute force attacks where they're trying to guess your password and trying every single combination to get that correct password and break into your system, this meters will actually let you only put in one incorrect password every 5 seconds. So if I'm a malicious attacker and I'm trying to guess your password, I will try one combination. If it's incorrect, the meter won't let me put in another password for the next 5 seconds. So this makes brute force attacks impossible, where they're trying to shoot the meter and your system with thousands of different combinations of your password every second. So these advanced cybersecure meters make it virtually impossible for anyone to do a brute force attack on your system. So that was just a quick overview of the Nexus series meters. In addition to the metering systems, of course, we provide software solutions as well, so that these meters can get very high quality data, but you also want to be able to collect that data and then analyze so that you can actually use the data to make informed decisions. All of the meters come with a 4-year warranty with all of our products. We also do have technical support engineers who make it very easy for you to see how you can actually utilize the data to improve your systems, to mitigate your power quality systems. And this is just some of the sample users in the United States who do use our meters. As I discussed, we work with a variety of different customers, including utilities, municipalities, as well as industrial and commercial. Usually with this Nexus series of meters, because they're so specialized in power quality, they're a great application for the power utilities as well as the critical industrial and commercial applications. There are other universities, hospitals, data centers that will use high quality power quality meters on their mains, so that they're making sure they don't have harmonics, they don't have voltage sags and surges, because if they do have issues on their main lines, that can trickle down to their equipment, and then that can actually burn out their equipment or reduce their overall efficiency of the facility that they're running. Some samples of our international users, most of which are actually utilities all over the world. And we do have an extensive worldwide distribution network of reps who can help you out with your specific applications and work with your individual standards that your country may follow. We do have the technical engineering services available as well, who can assist in commissioning, startup, and verification of these meters, because we do want to make sure that these meters are installed correctly so you're able to get correct information out of them, as well as system integration engineers who can create custom SCADA management software or any other energy management software applications to fit your particular needs. We do also offer a free 2-day training classes that cover all of our solutions. Like I mentioned, we do offer a very wide range of applications, and we do help to work with you, educate you on what may be a good application so you can make sure that you're getting the data that you want. So I'm just going to leave our contact information over here. You can reach us on our email at sales@electroind.com. We also have our full range of metering solutions on our website at electroind.com. So feel free to reach out to us, and I'm going to pause here and move on to our question and answer session.